Actually, this week things have been very stressful and changing a lot. So I'm going to put my magazine, which I read every week, to the side. And then, I don't usually wear a kippah on my head, but for this I will. I have a couple of different ones. Today I'm going to put on this one because baseball season is delayed and I was looking forward to that. Oh well. And on Shabbat, it is traditional that Jews read from the Torah and do some learning from it. I don't have a scroll Torah, but I do have this big book, which has the Torah stories and then some other stories as well, the whole Hebrew Bible. So we're going to study some of that. Before we do, though, there is a blessing that we say before studying Torah. Got it over here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Hallows us with mitzvot basically means like gives us the privilege of doing Torah. Hallows isn't really a word used very often, although Harry Potter, I don't know if Deathly Hallows is the same kind of hallows, but whatever. Question for another time. So this week's Torah portion is the end of Exodus. I'm not going to read all of it. It's actually a double portion, so it's twice as long as usual. So I definitely won't read all of it. I'm going to read a little bit, just so that we can get some Torah words. Okay. Moses said further to the whole community of Israelites. So the Israelites, they have left Egypt and they are on their way towards Israel. This is what the Lord has commanded. Take from among you gifts to the Lord. Everyone whose heart so moves him shall bring them. Gifts for the Lord, gold, silver, and copper, blue, purple, and crimson yarns, fine linen, goat's hair, tanned ram skins, dolphin skins, and acacia wood, oil for lighting, spices for the anointing oil, and for the aromatic incense, lapis lazuli, and other stones for setting, for the ephod and the breastplate. And let all among you who are skilled come and make all that the Lord has commanded, the tabernacle, its tent and its covering, its clasp and its planks, its bars, its posts and its sockets, the ark and its poles, the cover and the curtain for the screen, the table and its poles and all its utensils, and the bread of display, the lampstand for lighting, its furnishings and its lamps, and the oil for lighting, the altar of incense and its poles, the anointing oil and the aromatic incense, and the entrance screen for the entrance of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt offering, its copper grating, its pole, and all its furnishing, the laver and its stand, the hanging of the enclosure, its posts and its sockets, and the screen for the gate of the court, the pegs for the tabernacle, the pegs for the enclosure, and the cords, the service vestments for officiating in the sanctuary, the sacral vestments of Aaron the priest, and the vestments of his sons for priestly service. Whew. So the whole community of the Israelites left Moses' presence, and everyone who excelled in ability, and everyone whose spirit moved him, came bringing to the Lord his or her offering for the work of the tent of meeting, and for all its service for the sacral vestments. Okay, so this portion is Moses is asking the people to bring things that they own and dedicate it to God, so that they can make a holy place for God while they're in the desert. There's a part, I didn't read it in here because it was getting kind of long, but they bring mirrors, and the mirrors are then turned into a bowl that gets filled up with water that then the priests use to wash their hands before doing any of the rituals. And obviously washing our hands now is something that means something is very pertinent to us right now. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I remember what I was going to say. So, a mirror is something that we use in our daily lives to look at ourselves, and not really a selfish thing, but it's sort of a way that we use it for ourselves. And if you are washing your hands, then that helps the whole community, both back then because they wanted the priests to do the rituals in the correct way, which involved washing their hands, and for us because it helps keep everyone as healthy as possible. So let's think for a little bit, and how can you take things that you usually use for yourself and instead start to use them for other people, to help them or to support them? So just take a moment to think about that. Okay, now that we've finished studying Torah, there's not really never mind. I was thinking of if you're in a synagogue and you're reading Torah, there's a prayer at the end, but that's for putting the Torah away. And as we said, this is not a Torah, so never mind. We actually don't have to have a closing and end of reading prayer. But traditionally, after studying Torah, there's a prayer to be said for a healing, which obviously relates now sort of more than ever. So I'm just going to play that song for you for a little bit. It's called Misha Berach. All right. Cool. Lastly, so as I said, we read the last portion of the book of Exodus, and there's a tradition that after you read a book of Torah, you say a blessing. There's not really a way for it to go, but in English, the way that people say after they have done it is they say, "May you have strength." So may you have strength through all the stuff going on and through your week. And I hope that you have a wonderful Shabbat. And Shabbat Shalom to you all, and I will see you next week, and I look forward to being able to do this in person. All right, take care.